do have the advantage versus the Indians because they have the answer to the camels. But Max is a player who likes to play with strong economy, right? So normally with the Meso civilizations, you're on one town center. We'll see. I'm kind of pulling for Max here, but both players certainly deserve to continue. Only one will continue. And I will start with Max's map. Max... Oh man, first of all, they're rather close to one another. Max has a wood line to the right-hand side. He has a safe gold, I think, because it's so close to the TC. He also has a safe back stone. But it's very open on the front where he has a secondary gold and secondary stone, a woods to the left as well. Nothing on the back for him as far as wood goes. A loreable deer if he wants a strong economy. Also keep in mind that these players have been aggressive with lames this series. Max using an eagle warrior or eagle scout, he might be tempted to go forward in lame. And look where Lix's boar is, Dave. He might spot that.
Dude, I fucked up.
What?
I left the game by accident. I'm gonna mute until I can find the password.
And I sorry I had the wrong thing. Oh, you don't have the password? Okay, I'll cast. Sorry I had the wrong thing open there, guys. You should be able to see the score. I was looking over my monitor confused for a second. So Dave accidentally closed the game out and needs the password. We are going to watch as... Okay. Lick sees his boar, and he also sees Max's eagle. This is so important. Max could steal this right now if he wants. Max. Going to lame for sure. He's gone back for a reason. He's gonna lame. And also, Lix has not seen these two sheep. Normally, you go for the forward boar first, but Lix didn't find it in time, and Lix is gonna chase with his scout. It looks to me like Max is gonna get a free boar from Lix in game 5. He's not far away from his TC. Lix is chasing, but Lix will not find what he wants. He's just going to go back. So advantage to Max in the early game here. Now, as far as the map goes for Lix, he has safe stone and safe gold, and I quite like his back wood lines. However, last time he had a back wood line, and we saw how that worked out for him. You never know against a player like TheMax. Boar is stolen. He has his other boar here. Not the end of the world for Lix because he does have deer to lure, and he'll probably find his sheep as well. 140 food for each deer. It's going to make up for the loss, most likely. Fairly good map for Indians. I think if Lix scouts it, he could wall here by the wolves. And then he could wall maybe here towards the town center and in towards his town center from the mill. It's a lot of walling, but it would... Oh, no. Is Lix not going to see the sheep? Max is going to see the sheep. This is... Okay. This is very good for Max to have all these extra resources. Someone says halbs plus plumes. Well, the problem with halbs plus plumes is that you have to have momentum going into that build. And I think that because Indians save food, because vills are cheaper, their scout rush can be very strong. Their camels can still hold up against archer fire. So... I still think the Eagle Warriors is the best decision versus the Indians. Lix luring in his third deer now, so that's going to make up for the boar. Not going to make up for the sheep, though. I still don't think he'll be in the worst position because of the deer. If he had the deer out here, for example, I think he'd be in an awful position, but luckily he knew what to do, luring these in immediately. Now, what's the decision for Max? Max on 20 population. I believe we will see a barracks on the front. And I believe we'll see 3 to 4 to gold to go Eagles. And there's the barracks. Just finishing up on this boar. Plenty of food left and finding his extra sheep too. Good start for him in the Dark Age. Now, if you guys are watching this stream and you didn't hear about the promotion of this event, I did talk about it over the past couple weeks. You can check out exclamation mark brackets right now. You can see who these players may advance to face. And you can see the other matchups coming up too. We're going to see the click now. 24 population it will be for Max. He will start with Militia. Might go for Eagles afterwards. Lix has a head start though. A big head start, actually. Lix with 2 lumber camps, enough on wood to go for scouts. and plenty of food still in the bank after saving those resources, being Indians with the cheaper vills and luring in all of his deer. And he's also seeing the man-at-arms incoming, so he's probably going to wall. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I think this map is very good for Indians. Wall here. It gives you time to build up your scouts. He hasn't scouted this yet, but he could wall that. And he's probably not going to be too worried here. A couple quick walls from some of the best players in the world. Kind of common in this situation. A house can go there, house can go here, and everything else has to run into the town center. But there's the stable for Licks. He has a head start here. And it will be man-at-arms into Eagles for Max with 5 on gold. Plenty of sheep underneath his TC for food. That'll save the wood. He won't need the farms. Max just looped his Eagle around. He's going to scout his opponent's base, and he's not going to like what he's seeing here. He knows he's running into the TC, and he's... what are you doing, dude? Alright, he's running away. Barely keeping the Eagle alive. So he needs to hit somewhere Licks does not have walls. Licks is walling up here. Licks is safe. And Licks is also sending his scout to kill this Eagle Warrior. And then he can scout this area and wall it off. As far as the position of the map goes, and the style, I think Licks has a small advantage. 1 extra villager for Max. Max getting away with his Eagle Warrior. Spearmen going forward, and archers is the switch for Max. But Dave, are you ever going to get that password? I don't know if Dave's ever going to get the password. We may have lost him forever. Oh, Max lost his Eagle. And Licks is... Well, he could be patient. He doesn't need to fight this. He could run forward. This is an opportunity to do so, because... Obviously, the archers need to be masked for Max, but he's going to kill these man-at-arms, so he doesn't have to worry about them anymore. Max killing 1 scout, weakening some of the others. A good cleanup for Licks. Max can add spears and archers. He's walling up here. You know what? I like this map a little bit better now. Max has turned this open map into a very good one, walling on the left side. Is he going to go second archer range, or will he go second barracks? Or will he go blacksmith? Yes, he's going for blacksmith. I don't think Max needs to push forward now. He knows he can't get in. So why push forward? Just 2 archers, 1 spear? Of course there's weak scouts here. He might be able to get a free kill, but Lick should be able to run away. Will they patrol into one another? I think this is the area that Max wants. He just scouted that before he lost his Eagle. You know what? He could kill this villager, and he could stop the walls. He is full walled here, and that's where Licks is going. Both players playing this so safe because they know they're done for if they lose. And yeah, blacksmith being deleted. Nice harassment for just 3 units for Max. It's going to be archers and eagles for Max. He continues to wall around the front. Safe gold, safe wood at the moment. Blacksmith over here for Licks, and you would expect that these scouts would kill all of this. If Max sees the group of scouts come back, he'll probably remember there's a weak one in here, and right before the spear dies on the final shot, he may choose to kill that scout. Killing every unit possible is nice. Even this is better than his man-at-arms did. He killed a villager. He killed a villager with 2 archers and a spear, the new meta, and there, look at that, the spear's going for the weak scout. Can he get another one? Oh man, that's a huge trade. That's a huge trade. He could even get another shot in here. 1 villager and 2 scouts killed by 2 archers and a spear. And now, Licks has 3 full HP scouts. He's going to be up against Eagle Warriors and archers with fletching. And the Eagle Warriors also going to get the defense upgrade. This wall could be stopped again. Licks not expecting this aggression, and he's going to have to run away. I can't believe Max is doing the damage he is doing right now. Unbelievable how he can send 2 archers and a spear, kill so many units, and now he's still holding that open, forcing Licks into defense upgrades on his scouts and a tower on his gold. Oh man. Love how aggressive Max is being. And back at home, He's still adding eagles, he's still walling up, and pretty soon his base will be full walled. He hasn't scouted this, he doesn't know that's already open. And still he needs to be careful, because now the scouts have the defense upgrades, and there are skirmishers here for the archers, and this is going to be a loss for Max. Maybe he can kill a scout before he goes down, but these units are going to have to run away. We saw the market last game. We might see a market again from Max, and by the time Lix gets over here, he's probably going to be full walled. Yeah, I don't know why there's a password on this. I don't know if Swiss Boy is listening, but it does say on the AOC Zone post that anyone can watch unless the players only want streamers. So maybe the players only wanted streamers, but I do find it a little bit odd that viewers were kicked out of spectating this. This is a fight that Max... Oh my gosh, he lost both those archers at the same time. A little bit of a woo-woo-woo, but this is a fight that Max should be able to win now. Full upgrades on his archers, and his eagle warriors do not have full upgrades, but still, he has 2 spears here. Lix is going to quick wall with all houses. Keep that closed, but he still needs to be careful. Now again, Lix cannot do anything. He can't get through. He still, because of the cheaper vills, clicked up to castle first. Max won't be too far behind, and Max could still get in this. He can still get in here. He's going to shoot the vill, and the scouts can't participate. Only 175 HP on the house, and just a market from Lix. He does not want this kind of pressure right now. Lix saving his resources, I'm guessing, and he will click up. 2 mining camps on gold. He's creating eagles. I think it's good to go eagles. I think you have to stick with the eagles. I love how he's sending the crossbows too. He also forced a market out of Lix when Lix would not wanted to have built one. Lix did go to stone so he can build multiple town centers. This is still a game that Lix can win with his Indian boom. He can town center here and town center here immediately with these resources. I don't think he's genuinely worried here because of the amount of HP these buildings have. Are we going to see aggression from Max? Are we going to see what we saw last game where he was extremely aggressive but still was able to boom? He also is going to be able to afford a lot. And he's definitely going to have the military lead. One thing is for sure, we will see the Indian camels. And honestly, Max could get in here. Let's see what Lix does. Lix is in castle first. TC on the wood. Tower's also slightly protecting the gold. And a TC on the stone. I think he needs to rush this one up because the market's going to drop. Let's see. Sending camels. This is only 20% of the way up. Max, once he gets through, is going to hit Castle Age. He can get crossbow and he can get the eagle upgrades. I think Lix needs to rush this one. Max delaying his run. He's sending a villager too. This is nice. He'll go aggressive again. The TC's at 50%. Max might want to wait for upgrades. That might just save Lix here. Only 2 villagers building this town center. It's at 60%. The camels do have full defense upgrades. And Lix running away, so the TC's been denied. I think Lix should have sent more villagers to build this, because this would have been a safe haven. And now he's lost the hill, and he has to take the fight on the hill. And now Max is going to have the upgrades, too. Now, also, there's a monastery here from Max, so he can get some conversions on those camels. And again, the monks being involved for Max. Currently only 2 villagers behind. And he's taking the main stone, and he's taking a lot of farm space away from Lix. He has to build the farms here. I think that was a mistake from Lix. I think the aggression from Max has paid off stopping this wall, and I would not be surprised if Max goes for another monastery or goes for a siege workshop or something. Again, the T90 babe. Again, the forward Vil. A siege workshop for Lix. Is he even going to be able to get it up because the crossbows are here? I don't think so. He doesn't have any space. Max was down 2-1 in the series, and now it's 2-2, and it's looking very good for him here. But do not underestimate the strength of these camels. I'm watching the Eagle Warrior HP as these camels fight. Look how strong the camels are versus Eagle Warriors. Look how strong the camels are versus Eagle Warriors. They're cleaning up the Eagles. Lix was patient enough, and now Max has to scramble away. He can get 2 conversions here, and he might turn around and fight with the Eagles and crossbows he has left. But if Lix wants, he could send the Magnells after the Siege Workshop. He could send his own monks, and he might be able to finish this off. Both monks going down for Max. And HP on these camels is just something else. It really only civ that can be killing Eagle Warriors with camels is the Indians. Somehow Max is still somewhat winning this fight, but considering the Eagles are so costly with the gold, and considering he lost all of his momentum, I'd say advantage Lix, and Lix taking this score lead now. And maybe he has time to town center this like he didn't before. Max is also booming up, guys. He's on 2 TCs, and he has a TC on this gold. And this is shaping up to be very similar to last game, where Max is the aggressor and booming, while Lix is just mainly defending and trying to take good defensive engagement so he can push out. So far, so good for Lix. His game plan has worked, even though it's been scrappy. He took good defensive engagements there, and let's see all Max killing the monk immediately. There were weak camels here. Lix getting the TC up, though, and Max is going to have to run away. That might change Max's decisions. It's already hard enough to fight the monks and the camels. I don't think he wants to fight underneath TC fire. If he holds to this area, though, he still denies a lot of economy space for Lix. He's in one small area, and Lix probably would like a TC here on this gold. And it is Max, so he's probably going to continue to be aggressive. He still has forward vills. Max's strategies heavily rely on the monk conversions, though, especially versus these tanky camels. I love how he's still aggressive, though. A lot of players would have gone back, but not him. Almost killing that monk. The monk just hopping in the tower. This is a close 5th game. 13 idols for Lix, which is negating his vill advantage. He's adding another stable. Is Max gonna wall in his monks? I would love to see him wall in his monks. I think that's what he's planning on. Or at least he's gonna sit behind the house. More Eagle Warriors. Max closing in on the vill lead. Siege Workshop for Lix that Max should be able to spot. I don't think Max can push this, though, guys. I think what he's doing is trying to delay his opponent. Also, he's forcing Lix to go heavy on stone when Lix otherwise would want to be on food and gold for camels. The Siege Workshop's going to be denied. 99%. Could have been any closer. Look at that. It was at 1780 out of 1800. A villager going to go down. The monks might go down too. Lix throwing away 1 monk. Almost throwing away 2 monks. We've seen this time and time again from players playing as Indians. They sit like this. This is almost MBL style. They sit like this. They boom. And then eventually they have the numbers to push out. Lix sending his camels forward and another villager forward to finish the Siege Workshop. And this might take some pressure away from him. Now this is a questionable fight for Max. Of course, he has the production buildings close. It looks like he's sending... Tato, thank you for the hostman. It looks like he's sending the Eagles back. And now Lix is fighting underneath the TC, but still he's taking good engagements. He's killed a lot of Eagle Warriors, and now Lix could run away, and he's sending out the battering rams. Meanwhile, the monk's still forward for Max, and he's sending the Eagle Warriors back. I'm surprised Lix is going so aggressive now, honestly. I think with these Eagles, Lix will be in trouble, especially with all the close production buildings for Max. And Max sending out the pikeman now, a perfect addition. Thank you for the welcomes in the chat for Tato. We're watching Game 5 between Max and Lix. And I thought this was going to be the best of 5 from round 1, and so far I have not been proven wrong. Max leading by 20 population. He's sending the Eagles back in. Okay, the monks were in a poor position. Lix catching him off guard. Only 1 conversion for Max. Oh no, I'm sorry, he got 2 conversions somehow. That might be worth it. Can the camels last? Of course, the pikemen are here too. I think Max has the advantage, guys. Lix cannot find some time to breathe, though he is saving stone for a castle. It still has not been good for him. The siege workshop will go down. 27 military for Max. Where will Lix build the castle? It has to be defensively, I think. He has to build it here, protect his gold. He has to wall the left side. Well, guess what? Max is going to build a castle. And at the same time, Lix is probably going to build a castle exactly where I said. Right here? Does Lix see that castle? Lix does see that castle. They're both going for a castle in similar areas. I wonder if any of these guys are nervous. Because it's game 5 and round 1. And it's so close. This is a fight that Max will win. And with the crossbows, he might have to be able to kill the monks and a few villagers. The castle will go up for both players. But again, Lix just cannot deal with the spam from Max. And Lix clicking up to the Imperial Age. Max, he hasn't done so yet. But Max has a stronger economy because he hasn't been touched. Also, he's Mayans. Mayan villagers carry a lot of resources. I think Max needs to click up to Imp soon himself. At the moment, he could still raid the economy, but if he clicks up to the Imperial Age himself, he can go for Trebs. And he's also going to be adding the plumed archers to this composition. And all these rams are going to be wasted. Every single one is a waste for Lix. Yeah, Tato, it's exactly what I said. I think Mayans should kill Indians, and Lix is on the back foot. This is exactly how you should play it. TC is going to go up for Lix, but what does that really do for him? The villagers still have to hide in the town center. It doesn't look like he's even realized, so he'll lose a few villagers. And Max has the resources for another castle. He knows about this gold. He knows about this stone. Lix hasn't realized this. Lix has not realized he built the TC, but maybe because he was being attacked here, he heard the attack noise and thought that was it. He's now realized, but he's down below 80 villagers. That's huge. That is huge. It was already messy for Lix to have to force that town center down just as a defensive building. And Max now running away after doing more than enough damage. Max still has 4 monks to get conversions and to heal up. Max adding plumed archers, and he's adding pikemen, so he might go just pikemen, eagles, plumes. And still Lix, he's going to have to mainly win this with Trebs. He needs to take the castles out, and then he has to think about adding in something else. And the real problem is Indians can only go camels and hand cannons. And Lix is going to lose his monastery. The 150 population for Max out of nowhere, still around 100 for Lix. Lix is going for heavy camel. The monastery's gone down. Max getting yet another conversion. I don't know how his reaction time is so good. It is just unreal. I see Tato is in the chat, so I hope you guys are hyped for Tato's series on Friday versus Twig. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be rooting for him. Tato has played Max in T90 series in the past when I first started my channel, so he knows all about the strength of Max in 1v1s. And Max is really showing everybody today why the Max fanboys aren't kidding. But he's just going to repair this castle. He is not making his own Trebs. He's definitely winning in military. He needs to hold his advantage. He's getting Bracer for his plumed archers. I don't know if he got Thumb Ring. Chat, you might be able to inform each other on that because I just don't know. Does he want to repair this castle? Because he's not making Trebs. He could build another one back here. Does he want to waste the stone to repair? Maybe he wants to get an upgrade. He still doesn't have Elite Eagle. Oh, he's getting Halberdier. Okay. Halberdier is much smarter than Elite Eagle, considering he's fighting mainly heavy camels. Red on map. Yep, Lix is out to this gold now. Lix is out to this gold. Wow, it's actually very sneaky how he was able to get out there. And he has Indian villagers, and they're so cheap. It's basically free villagers, so he is going to collect this extra gold. But I don't know what the extra gold will give him if he loses his main base. can he deal with halberdiers and plumed archers now? He's adding hand cannons, which will counter the halberdiers and counter the eagles. And Max has this neutral gold as well. And Max has not scouted those golds. Actually, he sees the TC, so he'll probably attack that and kill that if he wants, seeing as there's no defense there. And Max, choo choo choo, the monk train. He's just gonna pick up the relics real quick and run away with them. They're his now. Still, Max is repairing this castle miraculously, making his own trebs. He has a small hill advantage. And now Lix will be forced to repair this. At this rate, Max would actually kill Lix's castle, believe it or not. That's going to give 3 relics to Max. Okay, so Max has officially scouted that. And Lix repairing, but it's too late. He's lost his castle. Does that house him? Oh, that houses Lix badly. Look at that, 140 out of 110. He needs to force down some houses so he can create more military. Plumed archers and eagles and halberdiers versus camels and hand cannons. Oh, man. Max could still lose his castle, but at least he killed Lix's. He's buying stone to continue to repair it, but he lost a lot of HP there. And Max needs to be careful not to give Lix the time on these extra... Oh no. Guys, if Max ends up losing this game, my guess is it's because he hasn't seen this gold and he hasn't seen these golds. Look at a little bit of scouting he needed, and he doesn't have it. He doesn't know there's golds there. There's 3 of them. And Lix is finally taking an engagement. The Halbs, they do not have full upgrades. Actually, they do now, as we speak. The plumed archers are great against the hand cannons. Siege Workshop getting trebbed down. Imperial Camel on the way for Lix. A big engagement in the choke point. This is definitely going to favor both players in a way because of their ranged units. The ranged units, of course, great to have in your composition. The camels are just melting away, though. And this is something that Lix is upgrading. He's put so many resources into upgrading to Imperial Camel, and he's getting pushed back. Max keeping his castle up. He's going to kill the trebuchets. The castle will definitely continue to create plumed archers and trebs for him. Now still, he doesn't know about these golds. It is unreal how he doesn't see 3 golds, and he's still in this game. The pressure has paid off for him. Lix, the reason Lix is staying in this game, 70 population down, is because he has that map control. That's the reason. He knows he has the golds, and he knows that his opponent does not. I think the second that Max sees that, he'll start raiding it. But for now, Lix is banking up a lot of free gold in his eyes. But for almost the entire game, with the exception of that economy on the right-hand side, Lix has had no room to breathe. He hasn't been able to get outside of his base, and Max has pushed home his advantage with his eagles, with his halbs, with his pikemen, plumed archers. So now we have the rams coming forward, and it's really important for Max right now that he just kills production buildings. I think if he kills the stable, I think if he kills the archer range, that'd be very good for him. I noticed that Imperial Camel was canceled, and it's been re-teched by Lix. It probably wasn't a bad idea to cancel it after he lost to those camels, but now he's re-teching into it, so it was a waste of time for him. And there's the GG! Immediately as the halberdiers show up here. So Lix, again, knew he had the extra gold, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the game. I saw on the minimap that this was happening. It was just a matter of time because there were halberdiers here for Max, but the main focus needed to be on the front. Max could have still won this game without this extra gold at this rate. He still had the neutral gold. He still had 3 relics. And that is a comeback from Max after being 2-1 down. Coming back, and he is going to advance. I don't think we're going to see many best of 5s that close in the first round. That is probably as close as it will get. That was awesome.
What a series, dude.
Dave just shows up and scares the crap out of me.
Fantastic games.
Yeah, this is why I've been so excited for this tournament, man. Say what you want about 1v1 Arabia, but it is so exciting when the players are close like this, when there's so much skill involved. It's amazing to see. So Max, we're going to look at the brackets here in a second. First, let's look at the achievements. So we'll talk about who Max will face next, potentially. I think Max has gained a lot of fans today. We have 1,000 people watching, and a lot of people were rooting for Max there. And Lix also deserves a lot of credit. It's sad to see someone like Lix go out so early because he's such an amazing player. You know, you want those players to advance, but that just goes to show you how many good players there are. And wow, whew, man, that took a lot out of me. That was amazing. So we'll look at the brackets, chat. I'll do the payouts for the bets in a couple minutes. Thank you all for being here. First of all, Tato, of course, for the host. Arch Frost, thank you.